Yes, he killed 93 women by attacking their necks because he was obsessed with women's necks. So today we're going to talk about this guy. This guy, America's most prolific serial killer, Samuel Liddell. Samuel Liddell was born in 1940 in Georgia. His mother was a sex worker, so she had him in prison. She wasn't present in most of his childhood, so he grew up with his grandmother. While being raised by his grandmother, they moved to Ohio, where he went to elementary school. Only at 5, he was already obsessed with women's neck. Just when he was 16, he was sent into juvenile facilities for getting into trouble. At 20, he had already dropped out and he reconnected with his mother. He moved to Florida with her. In 1970, Samuel was out in Miami one night at a bar where he met a 33-year-old lady. Oh, did I forget to add that Samuel was a very handsome man that every lady would trip for. Mary started discussing with him. She was like flirting with him, talking to him, telling him stuff about her family. Her family, she has issues with her family because they complain that she drinks too much. So Samuel, he sees this as an opportunity. Here is this woman who doesn't have any family around, who is just here sitting by herself, complaining about her family, having issues with her family. So, yeah, he decided to use her as his first victim. So Mary decided to go home with Samuel after drinking. So they were in the car talking. Samuel was touching her, about to get down. She was playing with his chain on his neck, and then Samuel grabs her neck. The neck he is obsessed with. He grabs it and So 23 days later, a body was found. At this point, it was decomposed, so they couldn't identify her until 2017. That's about 20 years later that she was identified as Mary. In 1972, Samuel met this woman named Jim. Now, Jim will become his girlfriend for 16 years. During this time, they were committing crime together. They were stealing together, going into Walmart, getting stuff, and selling them to make a living. Like, this did not stop Samuel in his killing spree, obsessed with Nick. He was still there committing crime, and he was never caught one day. By 1975, he has been arrested for over 25 times. Now, he wasn't staying in just one place. He get arrested in this state, he gets released and moved to another state. So he was always in and out of jail, And the only time Samuel is not killing is when he is in jail. Here is the thing for Samuel. He always went after women that he knows that, well, nobody really cares about, like drug addicts, ex-workers. So when these women survived and testified against me, this is when I started getting on him, but he will not be captured until many years later. Though he never really out a PE them, not all of them. He always have this obsession with their necks, so most of the time he's always strangling them to death. Samuel was basically getting away with these murders because he wasn't using any murder weapons. He was just using his hands on their neck. In the 1980s, Samuel murdered over 10 women. Like, there's literally no stopping him. Like, nothing is stopping him. In 2005, 35 years later, from his first killing in 1970, Samuel kills his last victim. This woman's name is Nancy. He took her from the park, strangled her as usual, did whatever he wanted to do with her, and kicked her off the car. In 2013, he was arrested because there was a little evidence. There was a match in his DNA and one of his murder victim DNA, so he was arrested. His DNA matched with 3 other murder cases, and he was arrested on 3 murder counts. The FBI felt like, oh, they got him this time. In 2014, Samuel was tried to court, though he kept proclaiming his innocence, that he was innocent. He kept on saying he was innocent. He was looking very proud. It was just no remorse. In court, a lot of survivors came forward to testify against Samuel. He kept on saying he was innocent. Different women were coming, even the families were coming to testify against him. So at the end, the judge found him guilty of 3 counts of murders, and he was given 3 consecutive years of life sentences. He left the court like he was really happy. He did his hand like this when everybody was clapping and cheering, like no remorse at all. In 2018, a Texas investigator named James tried to befriend Samuel to get information out of him. So he kept on, Samuel didn't really want to give him this friends vibes, but he kept on coming, buying him pizza and all of that, until Samuel got softened. He softened his heart and he opened up and confessed to all murder, and he even drew them. And this is where he came to notice that Samuel had a photographical memory. He drew all the women over 93. Samuel ended up dying at 80 in 2020 of natural cause. He was sick, chronic illness, old age, so he died just like that.
Her name, I think it was Ruth.
Okay.
She was a heavy set, big old yellow gal, and had buck teeth. It had a gap between the teeth, that's what it was. And she was like honey colored skin, and she had her hair was not really long. It was.
How tall do you think she was?
She was about 5'7".
How much do you think she weighed?
She weighed about close to 200, about 170.
Pretty big girl.
Yeah.
Now, where did you meet her at?
Okay, down there in the crack house. Her and about 6 other girls were sitting on the porch to do some crack in there. I stopped to go in there. I seen the girls, that's why I stopped. We stayed together 2 days or more. I think it was about 3 days. We was going shoplifting. We went to Sears. We went to Kroger's, and that's where I got busted. Mm-hmm. They took me to jail, and she went and stayed in the car. And the manager of Kroger's, I guess he got tired of her laying on his property in that car. He called the station where I was at in North Arkansas to drop the charges. Mm-hmm. So he can come down and get this gal and car out of here. They cut me loose. So we was headed toward with that place where Walmart's original store bent. I whooped off the road and back into that little woods. It was a cornfield back there. I pulled through it, and on the other side of the cornfield was a trash pile. I parked the car facing out where I could see anybody coming in. So I pulled her out of the car,